Hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here. I want to talk to you guys about my predictions for the Nintendo Switch event coming up on January 12th. Now, before I start this video though, a couple days ago I actually recorded a full hour-long discussion with my friend Super Smash 77, who you might remember from my Game of the Year discussion if you check that out. So yeah, that we recorded the entire discussion, and then I found out afterwards that my recording software only recorded about the first 3 minutes of the discussion. So pretty much all of my audio was gone. So we basically had to scrap that. That really sucked because that was actually a really fun discussion. But we didn't feel like doing it over again, so I thought I would just kind of give my own predictions here like I usually do. So with that said, let's get started. So first off, I think that they are not going to only give a trailer for this game and talk about this game, but I think they're going to lead off with it. And I am talking about Breath of the Wild. There is no way we aren't going to see something Breath of the Wild related in this. It's their flagship title for the Switch. It's what they've been using to kind of push the idea of, okay, it's this really big game, but if you want, you can take it on the go. Maybe knock out a few little things while you're waiting in line somewhere, or something like that. I think Zelda Breath of the Wild is definitely a great title to be showing off the Switch with. And I even think, well, I know we're going to get a release date. Like, we have to get a release date during this event. But I think it's going to be launch. I think all signs are pointing towards it being launch. I don't think that they can delay this any longer. I know that the game needs to be done. Don't release a game before it's done, but it's getting to that point now. My hair is really messing with me today. It's getting to that point now where if they delay it much longer, the hype is going to start dying out because they spent all of E3 last year just focusing on Zelda. And if they delay it past E3, I think that's going to really kill some of the hype for it, and I think they need to leave E3 for some other games, but I'll get to that later. But Zelda Breath of the Wild, they're definitely going to show it off. I think we're going to get a trailer, maybe giving a little more story context, you know, what's kind of the deal with Ganon, what's the deal with Zelda. I don't want a lot of story, though. I want to go into this mostly blind. I think that they're going to, and if they do this right, like they've been doing it, like they have so far, they're going to give us enough that we can start talking, but not so much that we have any idea as to what's going on. So Zelda Breath of the Wild, I think they're definitely going to lead off the event with that. So the next thing I want to talk about is another big title coming to the Switch, and that is the new 3D Mario game. We know barely anything about this game, but I think that we are definitely going to get the whole lowdown on it, and I also think we're going to get a release window for it. I don't think a release date, but a release window, and I think it's actually going to be a holiday title this year. I really don't think that it's a good idea to release your two biggest series, being Zelda and Mario, close to each other. I think that could really cannibalize the sales. Now that said, we did get a Link Between Worlds and Mario 3D World on the same day last year. Oh, excuse me. But the Wii U needed games anyway. That was the first, besides New Super Mario Bros. U, which I don't count as a big Mario game, that was the first big Mario title for the system. It was gonna sell well anyway, and the Wii U needed titles at that point. The Nintendo Switch, it looks like it's going to have a pretty good lineup based on the rumors, so I don't think that Mario and Zelda too close to each other should happen. But as to what I think we're going to see in this Mario game, I think we're going to get a bit of a context as to what's going on. You know, Mario games don't have the deepest story, but I think we're definitely going to get some story context. You know, is this the Mushroom Kingdom? Is this a different place? I actually don't think this will be in the Mushroom Kingdom. I think this will be kind of an area that Mario has to travel to. Or maybe these are like different dimensions or something. I don't know, because we saw in that trailer that there was like big ice or glass walls or whatever all around him. And I don't know, it just didn't seem very Mushroom Kingdom-y. So I think this might be kind of like a world that he has to travel to, kind of like Isle Delfino, or more recently in Paper Mario Color Splash, Prism Island. But I know that's a Paper Mario game. But I don't know. I think we're going to get a whole lowdown on what's going on with the new 3D Mario game, a release date, maybe some new power-ups. I definitely think there's going to be some new power-ups or some new abilities that Mario can use. You know, if there is going to be these big walls of glass or ice or whatever everywhere, then that's probably going to require a new power-up or a new ability that Mario can use to kind of traverse these new obstacles in the world. So, new 3D Mario game, we're going to find out lots of shit about that. We are going to also find out, I'm predicting, this is all predictions, we're also going to find out Mario Kart Switch. What's going on with that? I definitely 100% believe that it is a port of Mario Kart 8 with some improved features. I think that we are going to get a lot of new tracks. The rumors, I think, are saying 24 new tracks. I totally agree with that. I think that 24 is a great number to sell this game as being, yeah, it's not a new game, but look at all this new content. I also think that we are going to get a vastly improved battle mode, rather a proper battle mode, with actual battle arenas, both retro and new arenas, not this racetrack stuff. Maybe they'll keep that in for the 5 people that actually enjoyed that, but yeah, Mario Kart Switch. Sorry, I totally had to cut the video there, and I won't even lie, I had to take a dump really bad. Anyway, let's move on. So, next thing that I think we're gonna get is I think we are going to see Splatoon in this event, direct, whatever it's going to be. And I think it's actually going to be a sequel. I am still on the, I guess the side, if you will, that this game is a sequel and not a port. Now, if you looked at my video I did a while back explaining that, you'll see as to why I'm on that side. But I think that we are going to get some Splatoon stuff. I think we are going to get, oh, excuse me, if this is a sequel, which I believe it will be, I think we're going to see some story stuff. I think we're going to see some campaign stuff. Because I want to learn more about the Inklings and the Octolings. I kind of want to know, you know, why are they fighting against each other? What kind of motive do the Octolings have? Why do they hate the Inklings? All that stuff. I think we are going to see some new gameplay modes, or definitely some new gameplay modes, and definitely some new stages, some new multiplayer maps that introduce new mechanics or new ideas that either we saw in the campaign of the original Splatoon, or that we have been, or like that are completely brand new. Sorry, my mind just kind of blanked there for a second. But yeah, Splatoon, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's a very simple game, so I just think that, you know, new map ideas, new story mode, maybe some new weapons. Although I don't really know much that they could add. Although my friend Super Smash 77, when we had that discussion that got erased, that I'm still salty about, he thought of the idea of a sponge weapon. And then I kind of contextualized maybe how it would work. So maybe the more ink you have, the bigger the sponge is, and it's something that you could like smack in front of you or something. I don't know, just kind of an idea. Gotta give credit to him though for coming up with that. But yeah, Splatoon, definitely think we're gonna see that. Now, getting back to the port kind of side of things, Smash Brothers. I don't think anyone disagrees that Smash Brothers is coming to the Switch. It's got to be coming to the Switch. And I could see Smash Brothers becoming a platform where it's just kind of something that they update, you know, every once in a while with new characters and new content and whatnot. But I think because this is going to be, it hasn't been that long since Smash Wii U, but it has been a little bit of time when you think about it since DLC ended. I mean, they ended the DLC in Smash Brothers Wii U and 3DS back in February of 2016, almost a year ago. So they've had some time to hunker down and maybe make some stuff. Now, I know Sakurai really doesn't want to be working on this kind of stuff. He wants to, and he's even said that he's moved on to his next project. But that next project could be Super Smash Bros. Switch, you know? It is technically a new project from 3DS and Wii U. This could be his next one. And if this is his next project that he's working on, or if at least he's got some of his development team, or if Namco maybe is working on some new content, I think that we're going to see a few characters and maybe some new single-player content, but I don't feel as strongly about that. But I think that the Ice Climbers and the Inklings are for sure going to happen. If we are getting Smash Brothers on the Switch as a port, I, without a doubt, think that Inklings and Ice Climbers are completely 100% coming to the game. Again, that's just my thought. There's no confirmation on that, but I can't see why they wouldn't. I mean, the Ice Climbers, they had them working perfectly well on 3DS and Wii U, and then the Inklings, of course, it's Nintendo's new biggest IP. Strike while the iron's hot, get them in Smash Brothers while Splatoon is still a huge topic. You know, the original Splatoon was massively successful, and it looks like it does look like that they're working on something new for Splatoon on the Switch, seeing as we saw it in that initial release trailer. So definitely think that the Inklings and the Ice Climbers are a for sure thing if Smash Brothers Switch happens, which I think it will happen, and I think we will see it in this event. When will it be released? I could see it being a summer title. Honestly, I could see this being, you know, I think that they want to begin and end their year with really big titles. If there are going to be a lot of ports this year, or on the Switch in general, I think it's going to be really important that they space them out strategically so there's not only ports coming out. You know, you're going to need new games in there too, even if these are enhanced ports. But I don't think Smash Brothers is going to be as big of a port as, or it's going to have as much new content rather as Mario Kart 8. I think Mario Kart 8 will have a lot more content than Smash Brothers will. Again, 2 new characters, maybe some stages to go along with that, maybe a little bit of single-player content, but I think characters is going to be the biggest focus. It's what people care about the most. It's what I care about the most. And I could see this being a summer title, you know, sometime in June maybe. Now, moving on from Smash Brothers, I think that we are going to see a new IP. I think that we are going to see something along the lines of, well, I mean, not along the lines of, but a completely brand new IP, not using any source material, not using Mario, not using Zelda, any of that stuff. It's going to be a new Splatoon. Like, not how Splatoon works, but, you know, brand new, completely out of nowhere IP that nobody has ever heard about before. And this has actually been rumored, that there is going to be a new IP, that we've never seen anything before. It's going to surprise us, which excites me. You know, Splatoon was definitely a breath of fresh air for Nintendo, seeing that they've still got it when it comes to making new IPs, and I'm excited to see what they can come up with. As to what it could be, I have no earthly idea. Now, with that said though, Monolith, Monolith Soft, their team has been, or no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Monolith president, so the president of Monolith, his wife retweeted the fact that this event is happening, and she usually retweets Nintendo Directs when there's going to be stuff about Monolith Soft in those Directs. And Monolith Soft has been said, or rumored, I can't keep track anymore, that they are working on a new game. Could this be a Xenoblade Chronicles X port like rumored, or could this be the new IP that we see in this event? I actually think it's going to be their new IP. If Nintendo's working on a new IP, Monolith is working on a new IP, this could be it. So, I don't know what it could be, something RPG-wise, but if it's anything like Xenoblade X, give me, yes, that excites me, because I'm playing through Xenoblade X now, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's a great game. But yeah, new IP, don't really know what else to say on that, because it's a new IP. I mean, who would have ever thought of Splatoon before Splatoon happened? Like, none of us saw that coming. Anyways, the Mario Rabbids RPG. This is something that has been rumored for a little while now. A crossover game between Ubisoft and Nintendo, obviously, where the Rabbids kind of invade the Mario universe. We've gotten some little tidbits about it, of course, rumored tidbits, but I actually don't think we're going to see this in this event. I think it would be important if they showed it off in the event to show what kind of partnerships they have, or Nintendo has, going into the Switch. I actually don't think we're going to see anything on the Mario Rabbids RPG. That is such an out-there idea. Like, even still thinking about it now, that is such an out-there idea that I think that's actually going to be an E3 announcement. Now, I know that we already know about this project, supposedly, based on rumors, but I think that this is a big enough, like, surprise, quote-unquote, assuming that we don't know about it, which we do, that this would be left for E3. And I also actually think about that. I also think the same way about Metroid as I do as the Mario Rabbids RPG. I would love to see a new Metroid game, but I don't think that's going to happen until E3. I don't think that'll be announced, at least, until E3. It's not that, like, Metroid is an unpopular franchise. It's just that I think that they really want to just strike with, in this Nintendo Switch event, I think they really want to strike with, like, really, really recognizable properties. So, you know, Mario, Zelda, now Splatoon, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. Those are all really big, like, you don't have to be a hardcore Nintendo fan to recognize those intellectual properties. Metroid, a little more. It's still a fantastic series, but not quite as recognizable as Mario and Zelda, which is why I don't think we will see anything Metroid related here. That said, they do need to have some stuff that will immediately get the hardcore demographic on board. I know Mario and Zelda will do that, but I actually think we will see, brings me to my next prediction. I think we will see what Retro Studios has been working on, and I think it's going to be an F-Zero title. I really think that the next intellectual property that they will work with is F-Zero, and I know that there has been, like, there has been reports, and you don't have to put them in the comments, there have been reports saying that Retro Studios is not doing Metroid or Donkey Kong, but a new IP. Now that could mean two things. It could mean either an IP that we have never seen before, similar to how Splatoon was something we never saw before, or it could just be another IP that they are kind of bringing back from the dead. And honestly, I think it would be really smart to do F-Zero. We also have seen that Shinen, the developers behind Fast Racing Neo, by the way, great game, they are working on Switch titles. Could they be teaming up with Retro Studios to make an F-Zero game? I think that would be super awesome. You know, giving some story to the F-Zero universe, because we really don't know that much about Captain Falcon. This is another point that Super Smash 77 brought up in our discussion, that Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter. He's got that title to him, but we don't really see him do anything that would entail that he is a bounty hunter. We just kind of see him racing. So I would love to kind of get some story context to Captain Falcon and obviously get some awesome racing in there, but maybe even some adventure stuff, maybe some on-foot missions for Captain Falcon where he's, you know, being a bounty hunter. But that's going a little out of the way. I think that we are definitely going to see what Retro Studios has been working on. It has been almost 3 years since Tropical Freeze released, and that was Retro's last title. So they've got to be well into development, maybe almost finished what they've been working on. I think it would be F-Zero, and that would really get the hardcore Nintendo fans super excited. Now, so getting away from the games a little bit, I think that we might see some more games than what I just talked about there, but I think there's going to be so much new stuff that I can't predict what else they will show. I think that is the existing properties that they will show that I've talked about, but the new properties, obviously I can't do predictions for those because I have no idea what Nintendo's doing. But I think going into kind of the functionality side of this, I think that we will see some more features to the Switch. You know, there's been a rumor that there's an infrared sensor on the, I guess, right Joy-Con or whatever, and that the Joy-Cons have motion control. I think those two are totally true, and I think that it makes a lot of sense to, even if it's just a simple motion control functionality, I think that makes a lot of sense because there's a lot more games that you can release on the console, and we know the big blowout title of Just Dance 2017 is coming to the Switch, and they gotta have motion controls for that. I don't care about that game whatsoever, just for the record. But I think that motion controls will also be important because what if they do a Skyward Sword HD remake? I mean, we're in an age where we're getting Zelda remakes all the time. We've got Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, we've got Wind Waker HD, Twilight Princess HD. Kind of makes sense to do a Skyward Sword HD. That's the only 3D Zelda game that does not have an HD remake yet. I think the Nintendo Switch would make a lot of sense. It's a very easy thing to do relative to them making a completely new game. And if there was motion controls with the Wii Motion Plus functionality in there you go. You can make a Skyward Sword HD, you can get money, you don't have to do that much work. I think it's a great idea. And again, motion controls open a lot of opportunities for other game opportunities. Even if the Switch's gimmick is taking it on the go, motion controls, they aren't that hard of a technology to implement nowadays. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think we will also get some, not super detailed, but I think we will maybe get a bit of specs on the Nintendo Switch, you know, how powerful is it? I don't think they'll go into exact numbers, but I think they'll kind of give maybe some comparisons to the Wii U's power. Now, as for the pricing, I think we will also get that. I mean, obviously we will get that. And we will also get a release date for the Switch. If we're getting a release date for Breath of the Wild, we have to get a release date for the Switch, because I'm predicting that that's going to be a launch title. But March. Obviously it's coming in March. I don't know when in March. I think March 18th is kind of the rumored day, whenever that third Friday or whatever is. But I think we'll get some pricing on it, and I honestly can't see them go. Here's what I'm thinking. $250 at maximum for just the regular Nintendo Switch model. If they do a premium pack with a pack-in with maybe Zelda or Splatoon or something, which I believe is rumored, I could see them going to $300, but I can't see them going any higher than that. I really think they have to be careful with how they sell this. Even if they start selling at a loss, if they started this at $200, that would be, first of all, people would buy this way more easier, but they would be selling at a loss at first, probably. But, excuse me. But if they sell enough of these, then that loss will start to become a gain, and then, of course, if they have a lot of people buying the Switch, then they'll have a lot of people buying the game, and in the end, it will work out. So they really have to be careful with their pricing models. I would be happy buying a Switch for $300 if I got a pack-in game like Zelda or Splatoon. You know what? Zelda. If Zelda's a pack-in for the Switch, I would happily pay $300 for it. Or if $250 was the regular model, I would be happy buying that. But I don't think they can go any higher than that. If they go $350, they're going to be in a lot of trouble, I think. So $250 for a regular pack, $300 for a premium with a packing game. That's what I'm predicting. Now, I also think we're going to see a bit on the Virtual Console, getting back to kind of the games. I think we will see what's coming in store for the Virtual Console. You know, if they have these partnerships with third-party developers, maybe they can start bringing in some of their games. Like, you know, maybe we can get Final Fantasy VI being a Square game. Maybe we can get Chrono Trigger finally. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was on the Wii Virtual Console, but it wasn't on the Wii U. Which I still want to play Chrono Trigger. So if that's on the Virtual Console, I will be super stoked. But speaking of Virtual Console, this is my final prediction. It's kind of a big one. Mother 3. We are going to, for sure, see Mother 3. I'm predicting that. We are going to see it in this presentation. And I think it's going to be coming to the Switch Virtual Console. It's rumored Q2. I think that makes perfect sense. Release it around E3. Get that hardcore Nintendo demographic super excited. And again, relative to making a new game, Mother 3 isn't that much work because all they have to do is translate the script. And the rumors say that they're not using the fan translation. That totally makes sense to me. I don't see why they would ever do that. But yeah, they would make their own translation. And Mother 3 will be, again, it will be shown off. It will be coming to the Virtual Console. And I'm saying $15 to $20. You know what? Probably $20. I'm going to say $20 it's going to cost. Because it technically is a new game if you're not from Japan. Like, outside of Japan, this game was never released. So it's technically a new game. I can see them pricing it higher because of that. And I definitely wouldn't mind paying $20 for this game. This is a game I've wanted to play for a really long time. And an official Nintendo translation on the Virtual Console for the Nintendo Switch. Perfect. Perfect opportunity. I think we're going to see it in this event. I think it's finally going to happen. And I think the only reason that it's coming to the Switch opposed to the Wii U is that Nintendo realized, okay, the Wii U's dead. We can get way more money out of this if we put it on the Switch. Let's move it to the Switch. Which I think is what happened with a lot of games. So that is all from me, from my predictions. What do you guys think we are going to see during this event? If I missed anything, oh my god, I just thought, Pikmin 4. I think we will definitely see Pikmin 4. That has been rumored for a while now, or what was it? An interview came out with Miyamoto saying that Pikmin 4 is almost done, and that was like back in 2015 or something. Where the hell is it? Well, it was probably a Wii title that got moved to the Switch. Anyways, okay, that is all of my predictions now. Had to get that out of the way, that just popped into my head, but just a couple things really quick. This is a completely new cut, and I pretty much finished editing the video, but I had a few more things popping into my head as I was editing it that I do want to mention. Pokemon Stars, I don't think we will see in this event. I think it's too close to the fact that Sun and Moon just released like 2 months ago, not even. I really don't think that they want to go announcing, I mean, even though it's rumored and it's likely true, I don't think they want to come out and announce a brand new version to a game that people just bought. I think that would set people kind of the wrong way, so I think that they're going to hold off on that for a little bit. Same with a Pokken Tournament port. I really do think that is coming to the Switch. I don't think we will see that in this event. Again, Pokken Tournament isn't that old, but the reason I do think there will be a Switch port is because of the fact that all of the DLC has only been in the arcade cabinet version. I don't think they're going to release DLC for a console that's pretty much dead, so I could see Pokken Tournament, but not in this event. It will definitely come to the Switch, but not in this event. I also kind of want to mention the fact that I didn't talk that much about third-party support. And I definitely think that third-party support will kind of get a bit of attention in this event. I think in the form of like a sizzle reel. I think they'll do like a big compilation reel of all of their third-party games that they have planned coming for the Switch in the first year or so. And honestly, I'm expecting some stuff from Capcom, Ubisoft. I mean, there's the whole Rayman Rabbids RPG. There's the, I think Square will definitely be a nice third-party supporter. You know, the ones that have still kind of supported them, and then also some indie support in there as well. I definitely think that we will get a sizzle reel of indie and third-party supporters for the Switch, but I don't think they'll get that much of a spotlight unless it's going to be a big game like the Mario Rabbids RPG, which, like I explained beforehand, I don't think we're going to see that at all. But I just wanted to get that in really quick, so yes, that is all for now. So yeah. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is going to happen during this event? What are we going to see? I really want to know from you guys. Let me know in the comments. And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more on the Nintendo Switch and other Nintendo goodness. Alright, peace out, guys.